Today we are going deep. I've lost over 70 pounds in 13 months, and in this video, I'm going to be giving you all the tips and tricks if I was going to start all over from day one to lose 70 pounds. I'm going to be discussing what I would do differently, what worked, what didn't work, and how I would map it up step by step. If you're here because you're just starting out on your fitness journey too, or you have fallen off, you are in the right place. If you're new here, welcome. I am Alyssa, and I'm so grateful for you guys being here. I really adore my YouTube community. There is no community like it. So if this is your very first video you've ever seen with me, welcome. And if you have been a part of this journey since day one, welcome back. If you guys are committing to this challenge, I want you to comment below #StrongWithLiz and the day that you are going to be starting, because it becomes real once you set the date. And this just really helps you hold yourself accountable, and I will be cheering you on because this isn't just about a glow up. It's going to be a revolution, okay? A total mind, body, and energy upgrade. If you're ready, let's get into it. Phase one, I like to call delusion and decision. They go hand in hand. Every single glow up, every single one starts with a little healthy delusion. You're not there yet, but girl, we are about to act like we are. You're probably starting this phase thinking things like, am I really going to go through this journey again? Will this even work for me? Here's a spoiler alert. You don't have to believe it yet. Belief comes after you take action. Right now, you're just deciding to show up, deciding to commit, deciding to try. I remember, you guys, when I was just starting off on my weight loss journey over 70 pounds ago, I was constantly surrounded by excuses. Literally, my mindset just wasn't right. I would think things like, I always fail. I've done this time and time again. Nothing really sticks for me. It's too hard. Then complacency came in, and then I would be like, oh no, I'm fine the way I am. I don't really care. But then something clicked, truly clicked for me. And I kind of went about it thinking about, like, what if I just pretend? What if I play make-believe a little bit and start to pretend like I'm this ideal woman that I want to be? A girl who takes care of herself. And more importantly for me was the girl that didn't quit, because I was notorious for quitting things. And this thought process, this moment of clarity that I had, truly saved me. And we really start with this phase because it's really comes down to mindset. I think that people don't really understand how much mindset plays a role in most goals in your life, whether you're trying to lose weight, whether you're trying to get a new job, whatever it is you're doing, your mindset is at the foundation of all of it. And you're not just chasing weight loss, you're chasing self-respect. When you honor the promises that you made to yourself, even the teeniest tiny ones, like drinking water every single day or swapping your favorite bag of potato chips for some fruit, that is where the real transformation begins. If you are feeling scared and unsure and apprehensive, that's that energy I want you to channel into action. Do it scared, do it unsure, but do it anyways. Day one of your journey, you guys, will not and does not have to be perfect. It just has to be real and authentic, and you showing up is authenticity. Here's a hot girl tip. I want you guys to write a delusional diary entry. Okay, alliterations there. Delusional diary. And in this entry, you're gonna address yourself as your highest form. And what does that mean when I say that? I say that a lot of times on my channel, like my highest form. That means the version of you that is everything that you think that she is. She has the haircut that you've always wanted. She has the body. She has the energy. She has the bank account to match that. You visualize what that is, because we all have a version of her in our head. We do. There's something in us that is calling us to be in the most evolved version of ourselves, right? So when I say that, that's what I mean. So I want you to figure out what that is for you individually. And you guys, this isn't just fluff. There is science backed behind this. Science says that visualization literally creates pathways in your brain. It trains your mind to act as if you are already the version of yourself that you want to be. Athletes do this all the time. If you really look into just some of your favorite athletes, they talk all the time about how they visualize them winning. They saw the win before they even entered the fight. or the ring or wherever they're competing, right? I do this a lot of times with running. I'm training for High Rocks right now, and there's a lot of running involved. So I will visualize while I'm running me in High Rocks, like competing. I've never done High Rocks before. I haven't even seen where I'm going to be competing at, but I have a visualization where I am seeing myself. So when the day comes, I'm less anxious. I've prepared. I've done the work. In your journal, you guys, you need to write things down as if you've already completed them, right? An example, right? Say you are tired all the time. I wake up really early to work out, but I haven't always been that person. But I have become that person, right? So if you desire to wake up early, right? You're like, I hate mornings. I'm not a morning person, but something in you has this desire to kind of start your day early before everyone else. In your journal, write as if you were already her. Write down, I can't believe I woke up early today and I feel so energized. Write things like, I love the way my body feels after a workout. I'm building the version of myself that I love and respect. And these entries, you don't even have to believe it yet, but there is something to writing it down as if you have already started living that life. And then you do action to support that, and it's a game changer. Phase 2 is clean plate, clean slate. This is a phase where we simplify. Less chaos and a lot more structure. And you're not going to be perfect, you guys. You're not. So drop the expectation of that. It's just about cleaning one corner of your life at a time. I used to spiral over decisions in relation to my fitness. Like, should I meal prep for the entire week? I'm kind of tired right now. I don't feel like doing it. Maybe I'll just have ramen again. Guess what? The mental burnout from constant decision making, it's exhausting to say the least. Here's the fix, you guys. Simplify your life. Pick 1 or 2 meals, right, for the week that are clean. Instead of, if it's too much to plan for the whole week, pick 1 or 2. You start small and you stay consistent. And those 2 meals, because you're starting to feel better, because it gets easier, you're more accomplished, you stuck to it. Those 2 meals can turn to 4 meals, then turn to 5. You get what I'm saying? But you start where you are. Start small. But the key is the small start is consistent. So you don't miss those 2 meals a week. Regardless of how you feel, regardless of what's going on, you show up. You are just building the foundation in this phase. It's not all or nothing. When you're not in a crash and burn cycle of overeating, your body burns fat more efficiently. Your metabolism, you guys, it loves peace, okay? It's a peaceful girl. It doesn't do well with chaos. I want you guys to think of this phase as you are clearing the clutter in your life in this phase and finding joy in food and in life. Here's a hot girl tip. I want you guys to use a default meal system. What do I mean by that? I mean, make breakfast and lunch very predictable. So you are saving energy for everything else. My go-to back then when I was really early in my journey was boiled eggs, right? It was quick, it was easy to grab. So I would buy the already boiled eggs from like Trader Joe's or Costco. You can also boil your eggs the night before. It was a staple for me because I was often rushing in the morning, right? I had just had an early morning workout. I had to go to work. So I would have boiled eggs. It was a staple. It was easy for me and it had protein in it. Find out what your staples are for you. You could do a protein smoothie for breakfast. Those are great, easy, quick to go. You could prep it the night before if you're rushing in the morning. For lunch, don't overcomplicate it. Do a lettuce wrap. Do a nice salad, but something that is a staple for you that you can rely on. And then when dinner comes around, you can accessorize with something more fun. But having like staples in place keeps you from snacking to oblivion. And higher protein meals are going to help you not have all these cravings throughout the day. If you're new to this channel, you may not know this, but people who have been here, you know this. You need to prioritize higher protein meals because you will be less hungry throughout the day. Phase 3 is going to be the movement manifesto. I love alliteration over here. This is a phase where you are going to stop avoiding movement and really start owning it, lean into it. And it's not for punishment. It's for power. You guys, I am not a former athlete. I don't have an athletic background at all. For years, years, I used to hate working out. It's kind of funny now because I absolutely don't feel this way anymore. But I recall I really genuinely would say things like, I hate working out. It's too much. I'm always getting sweaty. Then I'm stinky afterward. Like, I just had this huge disdain for it. It felt like a chore for me. And I was like, I'm grown. I don't want to do extra chores. What changed though is I just stopped forcing the things that I absolutely hated, right? I just started with something that was a little bit more fun for me. I think really early on, I would do dance videos. This is really early on when I was just starting to entertain the idea of fitness more. I liked, dance videos on YouTube. I'm not the best dancer at all, but it was fun for me. It was like, it didn't feel so much like a chore, right? Start where you are. Walking is immensely underrated. I don't understand that a lot of people don't realize the power in walking will significantly just do wonders for your body and your mental health. I'm not telling you guys, if you haven't been prioritizing movement, to immediately start training for a marathon, doing all these Iman hit classes. Start where you are. Start just walking. Start with jump rope, something simplified. Do some dance videos. But the key is starting and being consistent with whatever you decide to choose. And then when you start and you feel the endorphins from moving your body, I promise you, you will be chasing that feeling. You'll want more. And that's when you'll start doing more things. Movement builds like respect for your body. And if you're naturally a competitive person, I truly think you'll thrive in fitness because I am constantly competing with myself. I am constantly trying to beat my old times. I'm constantly trying to lift heavier than I did the week before. It's just something to push. And you notice, you guys, that I said competing with myself. That's the only battle that you are doing. That's it. You are just comparing older versions of you to the new version. That's the healthiest way. Don't compete with any other person you see online, even anything like that. It's just you versus you. And that's how you're going to go super far, because as you continue to evolve, the challenge just gets harder and harder. Daily movement just does wonders for your brain. It improves productivity and focus, and it significantly turns down stress so you can live your best life with energy. If you are experiencing brain fog, if you are constantly tired and fatigued, look at your movement. You might not be moving your body enough. Here's a hot girl tip. Pair movement with music. I am notorious for this. I have multiple playlists on my phone. Create a playlist that makes you feel like her. Every time you move, your brain releases endorphins. Emotional connection supercharges habit building. So why not make it fun? Reminder, you guys, if you are going to commit to this challenge, comment the day that you are going to commit and the hashtag #StrongWithLiz. All right, let's get into the next phase. Phase 4 is one of my favorite phases. It's probably one of the more controversial phases, but it's definitely the phase that I saw the most results in. Phase 4 is going to be track like a baddie. Tracking your calories is not the enemy here. It's going to be your new best friend. This phase is all about getting curious, not judgmental, with just what it is, data. And all right, I get it. I know the word tracking can feel like it belongs to diet culture. It can feel, very toxic. I get that. And it could be honestly really triggering for a lot of people. I get that. But hear me out. Tracking is not about being obsessive. It's truly going to be about clarity. I want you guys to kind of change your mindset around tracking. Think about it like you're paying attention to your bank account. You wouldn't ignore just random charges on your card, would you? It's the same thing when you're tracking your food, workouts, and even your weight. You're not judging yourself. This isn't about being ridiculed. You're getting insight, literal data about how the choices that you are making on a daily basis add up. When I first started tracking, it was extremely eye-opening for me because I had been in the gym for like 2.5, maybe 3 years. And you guys can see in this video, like I am over 235 pounds here. I'm working out. I am putting in the work. I'm showing up. But I was not tracking my calories at all. and I was overeating extremely. Had no idea. Just had no idea. And this girl right here, I remember her. She's frustrated because she's like, hey, I'm doing the work. I was honestly in the gym more than some of my friends that weighed less than me. So I was frustrated. I was like, I'm showing up, but my body wasn't a reflection of the work I was putting in the gym. You know why? Because I was overeating. Once I started tracking my calories, my whole mindset was just expanded. I realized that I was not in a deficit at all. And without a deficit, that's why I wasn't losing weight. That's very simple. I also realized how kind of shitty, to be honest, the food that I was eating. I realized I wasn't getting enough protein. There was just a plethora of issues, but I would have never even realized it if I didn't start tracking. I see this all the time within myself, even my husband. He has recently significantly lost a lot of weight, and he wasn't tracking before either. He was maintaining for a long time. I was tracking in our household, and then he started tracking as well. And blew his mind too. Like, he significantly started losing way more weight once he was seeing what he was eating. People all the time online, I see this when they will comment on my stories or my videos or my social media, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, what'd you do? And when I mention tracking, a lot of people don't want to hear that. They don't want to track. It's data, you guys. That's all it is. And if you don't believe me, if you're a skeptic, right? If you're just like, girl, I am intuitive eating, like I'm eating healthy, I don't need to track, right? Humor me. Download an app. There's several. Macro First, MyFitnessPal, Macro Factor. Get a trial. A lot of these apps will offer a trial, the 7-day trial. I want you to track all your meals for a week. Just for a week. Everything you drink. A lot of people, for some reason, aren't tracking what they're drinking. And I am notorious for talking about the worst thing you can do is drink your calories. Track everything for a week. And I promise you, your eyes are going to be open because you're going to realize, one, either you are overeating or some of the things that you eat all the time are highly processed, are making you feel a certain kind of way. Just track for a week and let me know. I want you to come back to the video and comment what that experience was like for you. It's going to be eye-opening, I assure you. And once I started tracking, I lost weight because I had the data in addition to weightlifting, but my diet completely changed. And that was a huge part of this weight loss journey. And I know what some of you are thinking. I can feel your energy. You're thinking that tracking makes you obsessive, but not tracking, that's keeping you exactly where you are, stuck. It's very simple, you guys. When you collect data, you are empowering yourself to make informed decisions. No info, no power. Simple as that. Research shows that people who self-monitor their behaviors are more likely to achieve long-term lifestyle changes. Tracking helps create feedback loop in your brain. You see progress even in small ways, and that motivates you to keep going. Honestly, seeing all the little wins adds up. Do not overthink this phase. Just start by downloading the app and writing down what you ate today and drank. Clarity, you guys, is always going to be the first step to control. Here's a hot girl tip. Use an app like, I personally love Macro Factor. I feel like a lot of data behind it. It's created by a fitness bodybuilder and a lot of people use it. I'm not sponsored by them, but I do think I like the app. But find one that works best for you. Tracking doesn't have to be fancy, you guys. It just has to be honest. And just focus on patterns, not perfection. Here's an example, you guys. If your energy dips every single day around 3 p.m., when you start tracking, look at what you ate earlier that day to kind of help you understand why. If you're dealing with bloating, I had someone DM me asking me like, oh my gosh, like I've lost weight, but I bloat so much. How do you get your stomach so flat? And I told her, I was like, are you tracking what you're eating? Because usually your food has direct correlation into bloating. A lot of people just don't think about that or don't realize that. If you are always bloated, look at what you're eating. track it, and you'll have the data to support to make informed decisions. Phase 5, you guys, is going to be the boredom breakthrough. This is the valley of the glow up. Most people are going to quit right here. I'm going to keep it a buck. Most people aren't going to get past this phase 5. But you're going to flip the script, okay? You're going to stay committed. Here's the harsh truth. Around week 4, the sparkle of starting something new begins to fade. You might kind of self-sabotage yourself and be like, I'm not seeing results fast enough. Or I'm bored. This isn't really what I thought it was going to be. Listen to me carefully. This is your brain trying to pull you back into old habits, into complacency. Because you know why? Discomfort feels like danger. But in all actuality, you guys, boredom is a sign that your body is adapting. And that's a good thing. I think people see me constantly work out. If you guys aren't following me on social media, make sure you do Fitless Lifestyle. And people see like I'm constantly showing up, right? But I'm a human being. I get bored as well. I reach plateaus in my own journey. But you know what? I stick to my plan anyways, even when it's frustrating, even when I really don't want to show up or do it. And what happens when I keep showing up? Boom, another weight loss milestone. Boom, another PR is reached. Your body catches up for showing up. Your body isn't working against you during a plateau. It's adjusting, you guys. Think of it as like recalibrating. That's where hormonal shifts start to happen that truly help your body sustain fat loss. A lot of people don't talk about this, but plateaus are progress in disguise. So don't quit now. Metabolic adaptation is real. It's your body's way of resetting, sudden changes for survival. But consistency signals to your hormones that you are now safe. Keep going, you guys, and I promise you will see the results. Don't quit 4 weeks into an 8-week glow up just because it feels hard. Progress is like coffee brewing. It takes time to see the magic. Here's a hot girl tip. When you feel bored, because it will happen, switch one thing. Change your playlist, okay? Swap out an ingredient for your go-to meal. Try a new workout class or buy a cute new workout outfit, but don't stop. Just switch up one thing. Phase 6 is going to be mirror work and main character energy. Your inner dialogue drives your outer results. This honestly, truly is what separates temporary changes from lifelong growth. By week 5 of this phase, you've likely built up some physical habits at this point. Now it's time to really strengthen your mental side. Look, I know mirror affirmations sound corny to some, but stick with me. This practice shifted everything for me. Standing in front of a mirror, looking into your own eyes, and genuinely talking to yourself, it builds like such a deep connection that truly drowns out self-doubt. When I look in the mirror, I say things like, I am proud of you for showing up. You're doing hard AF things and it's worth it. Does it feel silly at first? A little. But after a few weeks, it's kind of like your own little pep talk, and we need pep talks from time to time. And most importantly, it changed the way I saw myself, and I think it will help change the way you see yourself as well. If you feel a little silly doing affirmations, it's probably just your inner critic being louder than usual because it's scared. But show up anyways. By repeating affirmations daily, you will, and I promise you, rewire your mindset. The more you do it, the quieter your self-doubt becomes. Mirror affirmations literally activates neuroplasticity. That's just a fancy word for saying your brain grows stronger. Connections where you focus on your thoughts. And the best part, saying affirmations out loud, it activates genuine emotion, which speeds up the process of rewiring yourself. Here's a hot girl tip. Give yourself a name. The name you hear in your affirmation becomes the version of you that you are stepping into. And I don't care how silly this name is. Just create an alter ego and address her as such. My name is Lissa, right? But Fitless is literally my alter ego. Like, she is the most fit, unstoppable, strong baddie you've ever seen, right? So I address her as such. Fitless, you are so powerful. Fitless, you are so strong. Address yourself like the badass that you are becoming, okay? All right, you guys, we only have 2 phases left. If you're going to commit to these phases, comment the date in which you are starting below and the hashtag strongwithlists. And let's get into the very last 2 phases. Phase 7 is going to be style it into existence. This phase is all about embodying the woman that you are becoming. Your style, your aura. At 70 pounds heavier, I constantly, especially to the gym, wore oversized shirts. I have the footage to prove this. And I told myself I will wear cuter clothes when I get to my goal weight. But guess what? When I started wearing more flattering outfits, it added to the motivation. I felt cute, so I wanted to work out and look cute. Simply put, putting effort into how I looked made me move differently. Maybe for you, it's not an outfit. Maybe it's your hair. Maybe it's how you style your hair. Maybe you put some blush on before you go to the gym. But putting effort into your appearance, whatever that means for you, it shifts the energy. Don't wait for the after, because let me tell you, as a person who's lost a significant amount of weight, the after is constantly changing. You are constantly going to be chasing new goals, as you should. So don't wait for this hypothetical moment before you start showing up. Show up now. Wearing something, putting something on your face that makes you feel powerful, more confident, sexy, it isn't shallow. It's a way of reminding yourself that you are worth the effort today. Have you guys ever heard of enclothed cognition? I had just learned what this meant. Research shows what you wear, how you look, influences your mood and your behavior. That's why people wearing lab coats perform better on tasks that require focus. This concept applies to your glow up too. Style yourself like the person that you are becoming, and your actions will follow. Here's a hot girl tip. Upgrade small things in your daily routine. Buy the cute water bottle or gym bag. Use a cute little chic planner for your goals. These little upgrades shift your mindset. Taking care of yourself, it starts to feel rewarding when it's paired with items that boost your confidence or make you feel like a boss. All right, you guys, this is the very last phase, phase 8. If you made it this far, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, if you're into this content, let me know. And let YouTube know by liking, commenting, and subscribing, because they push the content out more. So I'm so excited that you guys have been here for this whole video. And let's get into the very last phase. Phase 8 is the finish line flip. Secret, you guys, to lasting success is treating your results like the starting point, not the finish line. Reaching your goal weight or your fitness milestone isn't the end. It's literally just a checkpoint. When I lost over 70 pounds, I realized that the real win wasn't the number on the scale. That definitely helped. I was super happy that it went down because of all the hard work I had put in. But the real win was the habits that I formed. Energy, the unshakable confidence that I built. That was the glow up. This phase isn't about asking what's next. Plan your next goal before you finish this one. Maybe it's running a 5K, trying a new sport, or focus on really just building more muscle. Growth is a constant evolution, not a one and done. And you guys will have to learn how to overcome backslides. The fear of gaining it all back, it's real. But here's why it won't happen. You didn't just lose weight. You gained self-discipline and awareness. Those cannot be undone. Trust the systems you've built and then just adjust if needed. Lifestyle success comes from focusing on identity, not costumes, not outcomes. When you see yourself as someone who constantly shows up, you naturally are going to just keep showing up because that's your identity now. You are a person who does what she says she's going to do. And I am proof of you guys that this phase, that things constantly change. When I first started off on the weight loss journey, my first thing I did was 75 hard. Completed 75 hard. And then I was like, okay, I want to lose more weight. I focused on cuts. Then now I'm training for high rocks. What's next? I don't know. But the goalpost is constantly evolving. Here's a hot girl tip. Stack your seasons. Maybe this glow up that you're about to partake on is just about weight loss. You implement these phases, and that is your first goal, just weight loss. The next one is possibly about strength training, building more muscle, or mental wellness, trying a new hobby, but keep expanding. Forward momentum is going to be key. Thank you guys so much for watching and being here. I really do appreciate that, you are serious about your goals. You want to make a change, and that's the first step. So like I said earlier in the video, if you are committing to these phases, make sure you comment the date in which you are starting and the hashtag #StrongWithLists. So you are locked in, you're holding yourself accountable, and you're committed. And if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you guys are following me on my social handles, FitList Lifestyle. And thank you guys so much for being here. I'm really excited for you. I'm really excited. This is honestly all the phases that I did in order to lose all the weight and make the lifestyle changes that I did. So I'm excited for you. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.